Oh, it's the wrong way. Shalom, shalom, and good morning. Good morning to you all. I'm not going to wait for a whole lot of people to come in this morning. Hopefully, you can hear me fine. I hope you have your coffee or your tea or whatever you're drinking this morning. Good morning to you all. Shalom. Just a real quick word because I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm sure you do too. Real quick word of encouragement again this morning for y'all. First and foremost, let me thank every one of you who have taken the time out of your busy schedules to pray for my family, for my mom. She is on the mend. She's still in the hospital, but she's doing well and she's looking forward to going home sometime today. So hopefully that will happen. If it doesn't happen, she's going to be sorely disappointed because she's ready to go home. So we're praying that she actually is released today and she can go home. You know, there's nothing like your own bed, right? You want to be at your own place. And so she's ready to be at home. So I thank each and every one of you guys for praying for my mom and praying for the family. So I wanted to say that first and foremost. Shalom, shalom, Tamika Robb and Susan Zittle. It is so good to see you. I'm not going to keep you guys today. Truly, I mean it when I say it today. I'm not going to keep you. Today, I just wanted to talk about appreciating the little things. I am learning on this journey of battling the enemy, and I mean, I've gone to war, family. I'm sure that many of you have. Some of you have reached out to me and actually uh, told me uh, some of the trials that you've been dealing with, and some of them have been really, really heavy. I'm praying for your family. Those of you that have lost loved ones, I'm praying for you. Um, there's no easy way to get through that. No easy way. People say that it gets better with time, but I would beg to differ with them on that and say this: it doesn't get better. Um, the loss is still there. The grief is still there. You just begin to deal with it differently. Okay. So, for those that have lost loved ones, my condolences to you and my prayers. And then those that are going through some other heavy situations, you know what? There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm here to tell you, I see that light. I see that light, and I can sincerely in my spirit tell you that we're on the upside now. While the enemy was attacking, it was dark, it was deep, and it looked like there was no end to it. Okay, it looked like there was no end to it, but I'm here to tell you there is an end. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I see that we are now on the upswing. We are on the upside of the blessing. Okay, so just get ready for it. Get ready for it. All right. But just to enjoy and to appreciate the little things, appreciate even the big things. And I'm going to say the big things are your family members. Take the time while you can, while you still have that time to love on your family. Do what you can where you can with your family. I know that we have a lot of folks in our families that don't always walk the walk that we walk, right? We don't always appreciate them. But you know what? It's easy to love the lovables. And it's a little bit harder to love those that aren't so lovable, right? But the Bible tells us that we need to do that. And so appreciate the rain, okay? Because if you don't have the rain, you don't get flowers. If you don't have the rain, your vegetables won't grow, okay? So learn to appreciate when the rain decides to come. When it happens, learn to live in that and be grateful. Shalom, shalom, everyone. It's good to see you. Again, I'm not going to keep you. I'm just sharing a little word of encouragement to you and to thank you again for praying for me and my family. That's all I wanted to do is to go over to appreciate the little things. I'm learning on this journey. I'm still building the website, and my current website is still looking kind of on the crazy side because there's a lot of glitches in it right now that cannot be fixed. But let me tell you a little story. Let me tell you a little story about the glitches. The glitches are still there on that other side. And I say they cannot be fixed. Maybe I should change that a little bit. Possibly they can be fixed, and I was getting ready to go in that direction. But let me tell you what the Father told me in my spirit. He said, you're not to be going backwards, because that's going backwards. He said, you're supposed to be moving forward. And I was like, oh, but the site, the when you go to the home page, it's all glitchy and it's moving and it doesn't show everything and it's all. And he said, why are you trying to go backwards? So I have been on purpose, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm one of those type of people that if the chair is crooked, I got to make the chair straight. So to go over to my current site and to see it wacky like that, it takes a lot of strength for me to look at it and say, Father, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm done with that. I'm moving forward. Just like you said, I'm moving forward. So I'm working on the new website, but there have been lessons along the way, family, in this journey of life that we are on. I'm telling you, there are moments along the way that we need to just stop and smell the daisies and understand the moment that you're in. Um, I realized on this journey of redesigning my site that so much we take for granted. If you ever go out to a website and you see the search bar, you think of that as something that is just a tiny little thing that you put what you want in it and voila, all the magic happens, right? Well, that search bar is more intense, trust me, than just putting a little word in. When you see the back end of how that how that thing functions, right? And to set it up on your site, I've had to do this, and it was an eye opener for me. So along this journey, I'm learning to appreciate the things that I've at one time took took for granted. Took for granted. So, in every bit of this life, there's a lesson. In every bit of this life, there is a lesson. And wisdom will show herself if you are open to receiving that wisdom. All right. Wisdom will show herself, and you will see. You look at things and you look at things a whole lot different than you did once before. Yes. Good morning. God is King. It's so good to see you, beautiful. And Eve New Beginnings and Ruby Timbers. It's good to see you all. But yes. So I've been on here, what? 8 minutes, a total of 8 minutes and 35 seconds. So, anyhow, family, I'm not really and truly, I'm not going to keep you. I know that you guys are busy. And for those of you that are still going through, okay, hang in there. Hang in there. Your blessing is just around the bend. It's just around the bend. Just hold on. Hold on. The enemy attacks, and then he goes deeper into that attack the closer you get to your blessing. All right. So just know that when you get to the point where you say, oh no, I can't take anything else, that's when you know to strengthen your reserve, to say, Father, at this point, I really need to hang on to your hand. And I need you to hold me while I go through this. And you tough it out. And I'm telling you, you're going to see that light begin to shine. I'm telling you, that heaviness will begin to lift. I'm telling you, your blessing is right around the bend. You may not be able to see it, and you may not feel it, but trust me, it's there. Hang on, hang tight. All right? Just like I said, learn to appreciate at this point in time. If you are feeling down, if you're feeling out, if you're feeling like things are just not going your way, find something in that storm that you can look at and say, well, Father, I appreciate where I'm at. Find something in that storm. I look at it and I say, in the storm, there's rain. And we need the rain for the crops. We need the rain for the flowers. There's always a benefit to some of the things that we actually go through, even though we don't see them and we don't feel it at the time that we're going through it. All at the time that we're going through it, all we feel is the attack. All we see is the darkness. The Father tells us to not look at the circumstances, because when we look at the circumstances, that's when we begin to sink. If we don't look at the circumstances, we can walk on water. But when you begin to look at the waves and the water lapping from side to side, then you're looking at the circumstances. You're not going to be able to walk on that water when you're looking at the circumstances. But this whole time, Christ is right there with you. You're walking with him safely, so long as you keep the faith. If you keep the faith and walk, knowing that your brother is right there with you, the soon coming King is right there on your side, you can weather any storm. But the minute you take your eyes, and that's what the enemy wants you to do, the minute you take your eyes off of having faith in the Messiah and the Heavenly Father, the minute you begin to think about where you're at, you think about, oh, it's not working out, this is not going right, this or whatever, you start thinking about the situation that you're in, then you become overwhelmed, as the enemy wants you to. You become depressed, as the enemy wants you to. And then you can't pray. You can't pray. And then you get to a point where you just kind of give up. That's what the enemy wants you to do. You can't give up. You can't give in. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me. All right, family, that's all I'm going to say this morning. I love each and every one of you. Again, I wanted to come on and to also say thank you for praying for my mom. She is on the mend. I knew yesterday when I talked to her, she's looking around at the things that are on the floor in the hospital room, and she's noticing that the cleaning people need to come in and do a better job. Okay. That's my mom, right? When she gets to the point where the young lady comes in to tell her, I'm coming back to clean your room, mom makes sure that she knows, well, yeah, it needs it, because I've been noticing, I was wondering if anybody was going to come in and clean it. So I knew she was on the mend when she got to talking and shall I say, coaching the young lady on how to clean the room up. So, but she's on the mend. Thank you so much for your prayers. We're going to take it a little slow with her because she's a little older. She doesn't realize sometimes that she's as old as she is, and she's trying to do things that she shouldn't. But I think we all do that. We all do that. But she's going to just have to take it a little slower, and we're going to have to make sure that she does that. But anyhow, thank you so much for your prayers. She is doing much better, and we're hoping that she will be released from the hospital sometime today. I pray that that happens, because she'll be so disappointed if she cannot be released. But that's what she's looking forward to. She's looking forward to going home, being in her own bed. being in her own environment. So that's what we're doing right now. Good to see you. Good vibes. It's so good to see you also, Rebecca Blogs. Yes, praise the Father. Praise the Father. He's been so good. He's been so good to us. And you know what? We grumble, we complain. Through this attack, I have tried my best to be grateful every day. No matter what happened, I was grateful, you know. Um, and I just said, I know that I can trust you. I can't see how this is going to happen, but I know I can trust you. And I just kept trusting. And I kept praising and worshiping and saying, okay, here's another one. That's okay. That's all right. I trust you. You know what's going on. I don't know. You know what's going on, Father. You're in control. I'm gonna let you be in control because I can't manage this on my own. And so I'm needing you. I'm gonna lean on you. So all of you that are still going through, lean on him and worship and praise and do all of those things. If everything was going your way and you were just excited to be going the next step, right? If everything was going your way, and how would your heart be? You would be so joyful, right? You would be happy. You would be excited. I'm saying to you, family, in the times when you are being hit, beat, and battered, get excited. Get excited through that. And the Heavenly Father will see you through. You can trust Him. When you hurt, He hurts. When you cry, He cries. When you laugh, He laughs. He's a good, good Father. I think we're on the upswing, family. I really do. I think that we've climbed that mountain. I think that we're on the upside now. So keep marching. Keep plowing through. All right? It's good to see you, Lakeisha Williams. It's good to see you all. Anyhow, that's all I have for today, family. Know this. I love you all. I love you, but know this, the Heavenly Father, He loves you so much more. He wants to see you do well. He's a good Father. Shalom, family.